Hello everybody and welcome to the garage. My wife's MT-07 is due an MOT in a couple of days and I thought this is a great opportunity to show you how I check for MOT problems or to make sure the bike is going to pass its MOT. Now, to be fair, bikes have failed on me through MOTs on silly little things like indicators not working and stuff like that when I've got to the place, even though I know that they were working on the way there. But generally my bikes pass an MOT and I won't take them for an MOT if I don't think they're going to pass and there's some work that needs doing. In this case, the MT-07 is pretty good. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's a solid bike. But what I thought to do today is I'll show you what to check for and make sure that your bike is going to pass its MOT. So let's get into it.
TOMSTC.
Before I start looking at everything, I like to get the bike up on a couple of paddock stands. If you don't have access to paddock stands, you can do this just as well without them. I also decided to remove the CPMC X55B screen. I'll put the video link at the top here for this particular screen, and the reason I've decided to do that is because it does actually restrict access to the key on the bike, and I didn't want them to use that as an excuse to not be able to start the bike. So the first place I like to check is I work my way from the front to the back and then up at the same time. And what we're looking at here is the front wheel. So first of all, with the bike on a stand, if you can't get it on a stand like this, then I suggest you just give the wheel a bit of trouble, a bit of a rockabout. But ideally, if you can, get a stand like this, give the wheel a good roll round, make sure that it's not binding too much on the discs and it's nice and freely running. Make sure there's no sideways movement or up and down movement. This is just checking the bearings to make sure they're all good. Also, an area that catches a lot of people out is the front forks and especially the seal on the suspension. So just make sure there's no residue there and nothing is leaking. In this case, it's absolutely fine. There's no issues there at all. So we also need to check the brakes on the front as well. And what we're looking at to make sure that the discs and pads are okay. And I'm just trying to look at the discs here, trying to look at the pads here, and I can see there's plenty of life left in them yet. There is just a marker on them which shows you if they're too low. It's almost like a notch in the pads. And when we look at the disc brakes as well, we just want to make sure there's no lines in them, no notches, and that they're smooth all the way along. Now also, while we're focusing on the front wheel as well, we want to check the tyre pressures. Now just doing that, I can feel that there is a little bit of room there for a little bit of air, so I am going to top the front tyre up as well. So at the moment we've only got 23 psi in there, so we're going to top that up to about 36. Okay, so we've done the front of the bike, visually checked it, it looks okay. There's some other checks that we'll do off the stands in a minute, but before we do that, move on to the back of the bike and see what's going on there. Okay, so here we are at the back of the bike. Now, generally it's quite hard to check any movement on the suspension with it up on a stand, but we'll look at that in a second. There's another way of checking. What we need to do is just make sure there's no movement in the bearings, which is fine, there isn't. It's pretty solid, there's not going anywhere, and there's no binding on the brakes either. I also like to do a quick visual inspection of the chain and just check the tension of it. We also need to check the tension when it's on the side stand as well, but that all looks okay to me. Whilst we're at the back of the bike as well, we'll also need to check the lights, and I'll do that while we're here. Also, with the bike off the ground, we need to check and make sure that the brakes are all okay. And in this case, I can see there's plenty of meat left on that pad, so no issues there. Also, something to mention, which is probably the most important part of any MOT really, is the tyres. Now I can look on visual inspection, this tyre has plenty of life left in it. There needs to be across there at least 1 millimetre across that area there. So if it looks like it's any lower on the tread than 1 millimetre, you're going to fail your test, your MOT test. Some tyres have a marker on them as well, a limit marker. It doesn't actually appear to be one on this tyre. So let's just check the front while we're doing tyres. Now, to be fair, this tyre could actually do with changing, but it's perfectly fine to pass an MOT in its current state. There's plenty of tread left on it, there's no cracking on the walls, and I'm more than happy with that. Okay, so while we are at the back of the bike, what we'll do is we'll check the lights. Now, one thing that MOTs do require is this silly bit of reflector here. Now, if you go into an MOT without that reflector on the rear of the bike somewhere, you're going to fail. Obviously, the size of the number plate matters as well. Make sure that's legal. I'll put the legal size up on the screen now. But let's check those indicators and everything else. So we can see the rear light is working. We can see the left indicator's working. We can see the right indicator's working. And as we also have a hazard switch, I'll check that as well. And while we're here, we've checked the brakes. And yes, I'm happy that the brake light is working on the front and the rear. So I'm more than happy with that. We'll also check the front light as well. Now, this bike only runs the running light when the engine's turned on. So we'll just check that. And that looks okay to me. We'll also check the flashlight. That looks okay. And the main beam and high beam working absolutely fine. And again, hazards. And the indicators left and right. Okay, so while I've also got the bike on the stand, I'm just going to check over a few things. I'm going to make sure levers are all good. And they are absolutely fine. Make sure there's no engine lights on. We've got the oil light, that's fine because the bike's not running at the moment, and we've got the ABS light. Now, one thing they can't do is check the ABS because they can't run the bike on the road. So the ABS light stays on anyway. We also want to just quickly check over the bike. Make sure there's nothing sticking out that shouldn't be, anything dangerous. As we look, everything is nice and secure. Nothing's going to fall off. So there we go. Generally, when you're checking your MOT stuff on your bike, you're going to know something feels wrong because you're connected to that bike all the time. You know what it feels like when something's up. So if you haven't already felt something on the bike when you go in for an MOT, yeah, it's going to be your fault that it fails. Also, while you're at the front of the bike, check to make sure the handlebars turn all the way around. There's no notchiness. Again, make sure you can't feel like the headset bearings are knocking or anything like that, or grinding. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you've gone through everything thoroughly on your bike, tyres don't need changing, suspension's okay, the lights are working okay, your chain is adjusted properly and just not looking generally terrible, you're probably going to be okay. Just be sensible with it. Don't go in there with a tiny number plate. Don't go in there with a stupidly loud exhaust. If you do have an aftermarket exhaust, make sure you got the baffles in. Most MOT test centres will overlook that. However, ask them before you get there. It's just generally a good idea to check over your bike weekly, monthly anyway. And if you do generally good maintenance on your bike, MOTs should be a whiz for you. I always get nervous about them no matter what because I feel like maybe I've missed something. But the more nervous about them, the more I know that I've checked and made sure that everything's okay. And remember, MOTs are the bare minimum for motorcycles. You just got to make sure that you keep your bike maintained and safe for you. MOTs are just generally to make sure that the bike's okay to ride. So at the end of the day, it's up to you how you maintain your bike. But if you follow those checks that I've just gone through, you're going to be okay. The bike should pass no problem. Anyway, on that note, I'll say goodbye and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao. Just wanted to say the bike passed with flying colours, no warnings, no nothing. So I'm pretty proud of that. But the bike, I said, is a very solid bike. Now, do you do this yourself? Do you check your bike before you go through an MOT? Or do you just rely on the guys to pick up on problems and get it fixed at the garage? Let me know in the comments below. But also, big thanks to GV Bikes again for doing the MOT on my wife's Yamaha MT-07. So we've got a nice year ahead of us of trouble-free riding. Cheers guys, see you next time.